Automaker Volkswagen is sacking thousands of workers as it faces falling sales and punitive US tariffs imposed by Donald Trump. Deutsche Welle correspondent Warda Imran joins us now from Berlin. Warda, g'day. So how were the numbers for Volkswagen last year and is there panic?
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yes, there is a sense of panic in the industry and among people, especially employees. But I have to say the writing was on the wall for Volkswagen for a while now. And this week they presented crucial 2025 financial statement numbers. And the response here in Germany was of shock. The company's annual profit is the lowest in a decade. Even the COVID-19 pandemic didn't knock Volkswagen off its feet the way 2025 has. And the profit for last year sat at just shy of 7 billion euros, while the last 6 years have seen figures north of 18 billion euros in profit annually. So the gap is massive, and the impact of that will be felt across the company. Now, 50,000 jobs are at stake, 35,000 jobs that will be cut at Volkswagen itself, and the rest split between Audi and Porsche. Now, Porsche's profit has fallen by 98%, so things are not looking good. But when you listen to the Volkswagen leadership, they blame external factors for this. They said 2025 was a year shaped by, quote, geopolitical tensions, tariffs, intense competitions. And this, they say, is behind the abysmal numbers. Now, it's also important to note that US tariffs cost Volkswagen around 3 billion euros last year. So the profit percentage dropped even lower. Basically, their finances paint a rather bleak image of their own future and of the industry here.
And so what is Volkswagen's presence in major markets like China and the US?
Yeah, so China comes up a lot when the Volkswagen leadership discusses the blame or the reasons behind the lack of demand. China comes up quite often because it is traditionally Volkswagen's largest market. The highest levels of demand stemmed from there. That isn't the case anymore. VW is stuck in this China loop, trying to get back into the market. But local competitors like Geely and BYD are overtaking Volkswagen quickly. And that's not all. The war in Iran has also really tested Volkswagen and what that means for demand for Porsche's luxury cars, which were quite famous in the Middle East, but the demand is quite low. So the Volkswagen CEO said, quote, the business model that's carried us for decades no longer works in its current form. In the US, it's been really tough for the legacy automaker because, again, it's a massive market for the car maker. And I think there were tons of negotiations last year between Volkswagen and the US government about tariffs and taxes, but things change so often in the US that we can't say for sure what Volkswagen's future there will be.
So are other German manufacturers, auto manufacturers, struggling too?
Yeah, I mean, here for months, analysts had been talking about how the car industry is at a crossroads. It's in trouble. It needs a savior. There's talk of where to shift the blame. Is it German politicians? Is it the leadership that's to blame for the state of the auto industry? But here are the facts. A recent study showed that German exports to China dropped significantly, and this is a big reason. The value of automotive and parts exports, which are a very important industry here in Germany, dropped below 14 billion euros, down from 30 billion euros last year. So this is surprising given how massive the auto exports market is. And it's not that sales across the board are bad. They're kind of in line with previous years. It's a mixture of sluggish EV demand in Europe, divided opinions on electrification, tariffs and taxes, and that results in an industry on edge that needs a vision for the future.
Okay, Warda Imran there in Berlin. For decades, we've been told wholemeal is the healthier alternative to white bread. But a new high-fibre wheat